At least it says that I'm live. Welcome to the live stream for the night. Sorry that this was not done as I would want to do a live, but we'll see if anybody jumps on. As of right now, I'm sitting in my truck over here in Clearwood Lake, Wisconsin, and hopefully the audio is working. I don't have anything hooked up. I just parked for the night. I am just done. I'm done in so many different ways, but today I am just done driving. Thank you for the thumbs up, and anybody that comes in, please hit the thumbs up. Should really appreciate that. Really helps out the channel. Yesterday was a very difficult day as far as driving goes. Yesterday I had to drive through Wyoming, and it was a skating rink through the entire state of Wyoming. It was awful. Trucks were just everywhere. And I just don't know how some of these people make it through the wintertime. And I guess some of the people got weeded out yesterday because there were so many trucks that were either tipped over on its side or they were just in the ditch or in the median. There was a pickup truck that was going up one of the hills that I was going on, and he just about lost it. So I was basically doing 25 miles an hour from Evanston, Wyoming, all the way to right around Rock Springs. Well, between Green River, Wyoming, and Rock Springs. Hey, Dan, thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm parked, and I'm sorry that we're not going to be able to do Blinker Flu of the Week tonight. There's there is one subject that I do want to touch on, Dan, maybe next week, and it's all about the lease purchase programs for the trucking companies. There was a commission that was created in order to discuss the positives and the negatives of the lease purchase programs for the trucking companies, and they came out with their report on that, and it didn't come out good. If you're unfamiliar with it, lease purchase programs for trucking companies is where a driver, if they're not capable of actually buying a truck outright, they're able to go to a trucking company and they're actually able to make payments week to week. So yeah, they're garbage. And I know that from my own personal history, so that's kind of why I want to address that. Um, I'm I would be happier than all get out if we could just completely eliminate the lease purchase programs. And they are. They're always screwed every single time that they get into one of those contracts. Because when a driver does sign up for one of the lease purchase things, you're basically paying them to work for them, and you're a 1099 employee. You have to pay for the fuel, you have to pay for the repairs, you have to pay for the truck. There's so many different things that you have to pay for. And then when it comes time at the end of your contract, when you think you're going to be getting this truck that you've been putting all this money into, then dispatch has the ability to basically cut your throat and just completely cut your ability to make any money as a driver. And they found that in their report. And there's multiple things that they suggested that they could do on the FMCSA side if they want to continue it, but they are definitely recommending to completely get rid of it. Hey, Susanna, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. But I'm in Clear Lake, Wisconsin right now. I've got a delivery in the morning, and then I can go home. Um, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. What am I saying? I'm going through some personal stuff um, that I'm not going to get into right now, but every day is a challenge, and every day I've been meeting that challenge, and that's the thing that I guess makes me who I am. When I'm faced with a challenge, um, I usually overcome them. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I know that I've lost at least 30 pounds, and one thing that I have done over the past several months is I've been either drinking coffee or water, and because of that, um, I've lost a lot of weight. I'm still dealing with my plumbing problems at home. We still haven't fixed the plumbing that broke right around New Year's, so that's been fun. I do have a plumber coming on Tuesday to replace all the rest of the cast iron pipe that's in the house. So hopefully he can get that done while I'm home, because I'd like to have a working bathroom again. Thank you, Dan. I really sometimes I wonder how I even do make it through all of these things, and the only people that I can really um, attribute a lot of help to is my dad and my stepmom, who are standing by my side and helping me back at the homestead while I'm out on the road. Um, there's a lot of people that are affected through this entire ordeal, and it hasn't been fun. But life is just a series of different challenges that we have to face, and I know that I can't compare what I'm going through to things that other people went through, and I'm not even going to try, because it's not my job to compare. We all have our own things that we have to deal with, and I'm dealing with it the best way that I can, and that is what it is. Um, but driving truck is my job, and I need to take care of the job, and I need to make sure that I do it to the best of my ability, and that's what I've been doing. So we made it all the way across the winter storm, going across Wyoming. Hey, Ken, thank you very much for coming in, brother. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, Wyoming, man, that was not fun. In fact, I wish that I would have had the GoPros on, because you guys would have been able to see how bad that drive was. And like I said, I'm sorry that we didn't have the live stream tonight, but because of, hey, Nanette, thank you so much for coming in. Because of all the bad weather that I had yesterday, I wasn't able to park when I normally park, so I can set up the live stream and everything else. So next Sunday, hopefully we'll be able to go back to our scheduled live stream where Dan and Gary and Brian can all be up. And I don't know if Brian's even on here. Probably not, but we've been having problems. Brian hasn't been getting our text messages, so those videos that you sent me earlier, Brian didn't get them. So hopefully we can get that all straightened away, because that's how kind of Dan, Brian, and I kind of do our collaborations for the shows and kind of talk back and forth. So hopefully we can get that figured out. So Brian, if you're watching, hopefully you got my text message. I don't think he's in bed yet. He stays up kind of late. But yeah, it's been thank you for all the likes, guys. I appreciate that. Really, really helps me out. And I don't plan on staying on long because I do have to get up early in the morning to make this delivery, and then I've got to go over to the yard, drop off my trailer, and then go home. And I don't like doing these vertical lives. I just don't. I don't like vertical video at all. But it is what it is. It's what I decided to do because I wasn't going to set up the computer and everything for a short live stream that I wasn't going to do a full hour. In fact, I can't even fathom doing a full hour because I am so tired right now, guys. Um, it's hard to fall asleep, but once I fall asleep, I'm able to sleep. And then the alarm clock wakes me up, and I wish I was able to fall asleep a lot faster. Thank you, Ken. You be safe too, brother. Hopefully you don't run into any of that weather that I ran into this weekend. It was not fun. In fact, it said in the forecast that we're going to have warmer weather probably the next couple days. I guess the East Coast is going to get a blast of this Arctic air that we've been dealing with. And not like Florida. Florida is going to be warmer than usual too. But like the Northeast is going to get this colder weather. And then basically the center part of the country is going to have warmer than normal temperatures. Then the Southwest is going to get a lot of moisture. And that's not going to be good for Southern California because of all the fires. So they're going to have problems with like mudslides and stuff like that. And that's where I primarily travel to. So that's going to make things even more interesting for me because I've been dealing with fires. I've been dealing with high winds, with winter storms, and now maybe mudslides the next time that I'm down in the LA area. In fact, while I was out in San Diego, they had an earthquake up in Barstow, and then I left San Diego, and as soon as I hit Bakersfield, there was another fire down in San Diego. It's been crazy, man. It's been absolutely nuts just trying to keep myself away from the danger, and I've been able to do that, but it hasn't been easy. Sorry, guys. I know my voice is kind of raspy right now, but that's just because I just need some more sleep. Yeah, Dan, it's been a crazy year this week. Let me tell you. It's been a crazy year this month. Let's just put it that way. I hope that all of you that are here got to see the video of me and Haley doing the brisket mac and cheese. There's a lot of good views on that video. Appreciate all of you that have watched that. That's the last video Haley and I are going to end up doing together. I do miss Haley. I miss Laura as well. Laura's a really good dog. And I really hope Haley is doing well. I haven't talked to her for a couple of days. But yeah, it's been... Again, I'm not going to get into that. That's for another time and another day. But it's always on my mind, and it's hard. Yeah, that was a really good video, and I think I still have a little bit of brisket left at home, so I think I'm gonna dive into that as soon as I get home tomorrow. That'll probably be my dinner, and hopefully I can get my bathroom situated, or at least my plumbing for my bathroom situated, so I can start using the bathroom instead of taking a trip to the Quick Trip every time I have to use a bathroom. That's been kind of a very inconvenient situation, but it is what it is. I got in touch of D&L Plumbing and Heating, and they're going to come out Tuesday afternoon, take a look at it, and hopefully they can work on it on Wednesday. Well, Dan says I want to make another brisket, but I haven't had time, so I went with the tomahawk. And you can never go wrong with the tomahawk steak. But the brisket was just so tender and juicy, and I don't think the tomahawk compares to a really, really good brisket. I really, I mean, I love tomahawks. Don't get me wrong. But when I pulled that brisket out of the butcher paper and cut it, and we cut into it, and I had my first bite, I'm telling you, man, I don't think that I could replace brisket with tomahawk. I really don't think that's even possible. So, what you need to do, brother, is you need to start that before you go to work in the morning, and then have it ready to go by the time that you get off of work. That way you can wrap it up in the butcher paper and finish it off, and then you could be having brisket at the end of your shift. And I bet you that you would be extremely happy that you took the time to make sure that you got that done. So start working on that. Get that brisket out. Get your dry rub on it, and fire up that Traeger before you go to work. Absolutely, that would be the bomb. That would be the best. And then if you could get your son or Betty to make that mac and cheese recipe that I made, oh boy, I'm telling you what. And the recipe for the mac and cheese is in that video description. So you just go to that video, go into the description, and you can find out where I got that mac and cheese recipe. And I can tell you right now that when you lift up that pan, it feels like it's like 50 pounds of cheese. It just feels like it. And it was so good. Are you? Good. I think that it was awesome. Now, that's not something that I'm going to make on a regular basis because of how much time it takes to make. I'm sure that there's Brian. Hey, Brian, I don't know if you got my text or not, but I sent you a text message on our thread with Dan, and I also sent you a text message independently. So if you didn't get either one of those text messages, we've got a problem. So you're going to have to let me know. But yes, Johnny 5 is alive. And go check out Dan, did you turn that into a short? Oh, okay. Well, check out Dan's channel, and he may have a short out with Johnny 5. Hey, TJ, thank you so much for coming in. Well, Brian, I guess we have a problem, and we have to figure out what that problem is. Once I get done with the live stream, I will restart my phone, and I'll try sending you a text message again. I'll delete the threads, and we'll give it a shot. Hey, Gary, thanks so much for coming in, brother. Sorry we weren't able to do our live stream tonight. It's a crazy night, crazy weekend. And I just got parked, and I just wanted to come on and say hey to everybody, let everybody know that I didn't forget about them. In fact, I'm only going to be on for maybe another minute or two, but next week we're going to go into lease purchase agreements and why they're horrible, and why they had the committee come out and say they need to get rid of lease purchase agreements in truck driving. And hopefully we can get Drew on the show, and I'd like to talk about the new regulations that came out for Canada for the drone industry. And DJI is putting out a whole bunch of drones. I think the Mavic 4 Pro is going to be coming out soon, so I'm looking forward to see when that comes out. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's just a matter of me having the time to stop and actually do the live stream. So that's the only problem that I had today. And go check out Gary's video that he did. He had over like 44,000 views on Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors about something about uh, being aware of your surroundings, or protection for yourself. Gary says, I have next to no life left on phone and zero on phone. Oh, okay. TJ, I'm hanging in there. I am just, it's been a weekend. It's been a weekend of really bad weather driving. And, well, I hope that you're able to get that van situation figured out, Gary. I know that you said that you had some people you had to get in contact with, so I hope that you got in contact with those people. I'm still working on my plumbing issues at home. In fact, Tuesday I've got somebody coming out to look at that. It's been, Gary, I can tell you right now, this 2025 has not been good to a lot of people. And that's true, TJ. All we can do is hang in there and push through these challenges. And we got to keep our shoulders back, our head held high, and we just got to keep pushing through. It's all we can do. That's all I've been trying to do, is just continue on moving forward. And I've got a lot of challenges that are coming my way, and I can only take them one at a time, right? And as long as I keep going forward, and as long as I keep tackling these things head on, one thing after another, I'm still moving forward. And that's all we can do. And I know that Gary's having some issues with his van that he needs to get straightened out. And I know that there's a lot of people that are having challenges out there. And I've got probably some of the best friends in the world out there that have been there for me. And I appreciate all of you, from Dan to Gary to Brian to TJ, to my dad and my stepmom, who have been hanging out and helping me with stuff around the house when I'm not able to be there. So there's a lot of people that are really trying to help out. And I appreciate all of the support, all of it, whether that just be a text message, a phone call, whatever it needs. That's right, Brian. We do need to keep supporting each other. And that's the one thing about this community that I absolutely love since I started it, is that everybody's been there to support one another in any way that possible. We've had fundraisers to help friends. We've had just talking about things. And at some point in time in the future, maybe I'll be able to talk about some things, but as of right now, I can't. And there's some stuff that I need to get off my chest. There's some things that I want to put out there on the internet, that things that I want people to be aware of, that is a danger. And I really want people to know about this danger so that they don't get trapped in it. And it's really, really hard not to talk about right now, but I really can't talk about it. So sometime in the future I will. People helping people. I think I know I've heard that before. I just don't know. I know you've said it. And Gary actually had a really good idea that maybe sometime in the future can come to fruition, with having some sort of emergency fund that everybody kind of chips in a little bit here and there. With me being in the charity, I'm not able to do that because I've got already too much irons in the fire. But he would have somebody that would be designated to handle the money and everything else. But I'd like to see something like that. where if there's an emergency for somebody that they're able to ask for the help, and then all the money goes right back into the fund from everybody else as it keeps growing. Hey Ted, not much going on, brother. I'm just letting everybody know that I'm just letting everybody know that I wasn't able to go live because I was still driving tonight, and I wasn't going to put everything together because I really thought that I was being done like 10 minutes ago. But just a lot of stuff happened this weekend with weather, and I wasn't able to park in time to do the live stream. And there's a lot of things that we still have on the docket to talk about on the show, and we still have our blinker fluid, and we've got lots of stuff to do with the show. So it's not that I ran out of content, it's just that life happens, and the job comes first, because the job's where I make my money. YouTube isn't my job, and you can tell because I'm sitting in the driver's seat of my truck right now. But that's about it. Brian, we will I think I got your text, Brian. I was sick all weekend, did not get anything done. I got to edit my butt off tomorrow. Yeah. Well, you said that your kids were sick, and you were expecting that you were going to get sick too. So I'm sorry to hear that you're sick, brother. Hopefully you start feeling better. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing tomorrow and Tuesday as well, because I've got my video put together. I just have to cut it down from an hour and a half. I have all the footage is put together, but I have to drop it from an hour and a half down to like 30 minutes. You are, Paul, you are sick in the head. Thank you for admitting that now. But we still love you, Paul. Got up Friday and stayed until this morning. I couldn't even walk. Oh man, that sucks. When you can't keep water down, that's when you know you got it bad. Yeah, we would be worried about Paul if he wasn't sick in the head. Well, Paul, that is admitting there's a problem is half the battle, and but your problem has always not been admitting the problem. Is the fact that you don't know which problem that you have. So that's the problem you run into. All right, Ted, thanks for coming in. That's all right. I'm getting off in a minute and 50 seconds. We'll run this up to 30 minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna jump off. But I got your text message, Brian, so hopefully that means that I'm getting your messages, and then as soon as I'm done with this, I will reset my phone, and then I'll try sending you another text, Brian. Oh, that was you, Dan? Okay. Well, that was Dan. Never mind. You are special, Paul. You definitely you get to ride the short bus to school. Brian didn't receive it? Of course he didn't. I'm starting to think, Ted, or Dan, that this is a Brian problem, not a Jason and Dan problem. Okay, Brian, but I sent you a text individually that wasn't in the group chat. So if you didn't get my individual text, then that wasn't working either. Just wait, I got something everyone's going to think is nuts coming soon. Well, Paul, everything you do, we all think is nuts. So get ready for that. All right, guys, 19 seconds left. We're going to shut this down at 30 minutes, which is about 20 minutes longer than I thought I was going to go. We might have to, Dan, we might have to delete and restart, and I know Brian already did. So But anyways, guys, we hit the 30-minute mark. I appreciate all of you that came in tonight. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. I like that. All right, guys. I appreciate all of you for coming here for the update tonight. I appreciate you coming along for this ride with me, and we'll see you later on down the road. Bye, guys.